Inspire Dome in Doha, Qatar. World Indoor Track Championships continuing tonight on Hockey Night in Canada. A doubleheader to come. First up, viewers in Alberta and Ontario will see the Leafs take on the Oilers at the ACC. The rest of the country sees Boston at Montreal. Game 2, Ottawa at Vancouver. Coverage getting underway 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific on the full CBC network and cbcsports.ca. 60-meter men's final, one of the marquee events of this competition. Everybody pumped up for this one, especially that man, because he gets to race in his home country in the championship of the men's 60 meters. Samuel Francis of Qatar, born in Nigeria, has been representing Qatar for 3 years now, and he will certainly have a lot of support from the home crowd. Also in this field, some powerhouse performers in an event that disappears in the blink of an eye. We talk about it for a minute and it disappears in less than 7 seconds. It's just tremendous what these athletes do over 60 meters. One of those athletes, Trell Kimmons of the United States, replacing the suspended Ivory Williams, season best 6.56 at the US Indoor Championships. And he's looking forward to representing his country as well. There's a Bailey, but it's Daniel Bailey of Antigua, 4th at the Outdoor Worlds last year. Trains with Usain Bolt, works with the same coach, Glenn Mills. Looking to show some of that speed. No Bolt in the field this year, but that man is here. Dwayne Chambers of Great Britain, 6.50 to win the British indoor title. Has the European record of 6.42 last year. And Michael Rogers, someone else to look out for, 6.51 his personal best. He is in lane 6, and he was all business working his way into this spot in the final. And then representing France, Ronald Pognon, looked very good in qualifying as well. Familiar face to track fans, Nesta Carter, Olympic 4x100 meter gold medalist. Season's best of 6.54 as Jamaica looks for their first ever gold medal at 60 meters indoors. Interesting to see the different approaches of the athletes before they step into the blocks. Dwayne Chambers looks like a man in the zone.
Well, Mitch, this will be over in a blink of an eye. The 60 meters is a much different race than the outdoor 100 meters. It is all about the start. There you can see the men settling into the blocks. Those are electronic blocks. They're wired if the athlete puts pressure on them before in less than a tenth of a second. That is a false start. Sets off a beep in the starter's ear. But as these men settle in, they'll have to keep focused and concentrated because this is all about the start.
And there is that start, bursting out of the start. Dwayne Chambers looking to make things happen. Beside him, Rogers, but it is Chambers pretty comfortably in the end.
Dwayne Chambers looked very powerful. He knew that this was his race to lose. He's been running so well all season long. Came in with the top seed, and it looks like he's improved upon his seasonal best performance, 6.48 seconds, a world-leading time. That's the way to win a gold medal at the World Indoor Championships, with the best time in the world. Dwayne Chambers comes up on top of this fine group of 7 men in this 60-meter final. Ibrahim Kabia of Sierra Leone did pull out of this men's 60-meter final, did not start, but Dwayne Chambers comes up victorious. A tremendous start, a great acceleration phase. It was a little bit too much for Mike Rogers to handle. He comes up in 2nd place.
So focused. The only time he smiled was when he shook Rogers' hand, and when the cameraman said, "Hey, we need something from you, young man. You just won a championship." Look at this. Tremendous in the middle lanes from side by side, Rogers and Chambers, and it is Chambers powering his way in there in the end.
Well, he is, as I've mentioned, a prototypical indoor sprinter. Very powerful, incredibly strong man. Mike Rogers, the better part of his sprinting ability is the last 40 meters of a 100-meter race. So he had his work cut out for him to race against Dwayne Chambers, who comes up big with a world-leading performance.
The glamour event was impressive. Chambers, Rogers, and Bailey, gold, silver, and bronze. Samuel Francis of the host country in the 5th spot at 6.62. Not much off the podium, but off of the top 3 nonetheless.